section is meant to be about Corporal Milton Bailey.
Definitely.
And then of all the people that you served with in the military and all of your years there and all of the experiences you had, you decided to dedicate this book to Milton Bailey.
Yeah.
What was it like? Is there one thing that was in your mind when you were writing this book that you said, I want to dedicate this book to this man?
He saved my life on the one incident I quoted earlier. Plus the fact he probably enabled the other members of our squad to get off that ridge line safely. Otherwise, rather than that machine gun, the enemy machine gun, focusing on him, he would have been focusing on other people, and, other squadmen.
Okay, so then on page 21, page 21, it's the same situation where you changed the name because of the reason you explained, because you weren't able to get in touch with, obviously, with Milton Bailey or any of his family. So instead you changed the name from Milton to Elmer.
That's the closest. I try to sort of resemble that, but I got the corporate Elmer, but it should be Milton Bailey.
Okay, now would you mind reading that whole section from there down to the end of the page? And put the proper name in there that you were actually referring to.
Okay, the proper name, okay. Corporal Milton Bailey was our first squad leader. He was from Milton, Pennsylvania.
Oh, wait a minute, stop. It's got to say Milford, Pennsylvania, because that's where he's from. So it's Milton Bailey, and it's Milford, Pennsylvania.
Well, that's what I thought I said that. Okay, because he was named after that city, right?
No, he wasn't. Yeah. I don't think he was. It's Milford with F, Milford.
Oh, well, I got that wrong because I thought it was Milton, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. No, it's Milford.
Oh, okay. Because, I'm writing, I don't know. I didn't know where he came from. And all I knew was from Pennsylvania,
right.
Milton.
So that's just an honest little mistake because you don't know his entire history.
No, because, I couldn't do any background check on it, before coming to Korea.
We really didn't have Google or anything back then. Okay, so if you could just read it correctly, starting with that corporal.
Okay, Corporal Milton Bailey, instead of Elmer Bailey, was our first squad leader. He was from Memphis, Pennsylvania, an only child who had been raised by his grandmother. Who had been raised by his grandmother. He, like the rest of us, had volunteered for combat duty in Korea. Yes, we even volunteered for the front line. We wanted to experience the excitement of fighting in a war. We wanted to know how it felt to kill an enemy soldier. We also wanted the adventures and opportunities made available in case we decided to make the military our career. I believe we would have thought differently if we had been aware of the many horrors connected with war. It's not something you go into one day and out the next. It's an everyday thing. You do the same thing every day until you are wounded to the point you're unable to function again as a soldier, or you are killed. There was always the possibility that you might survive, and it was that pitiful little ray of hope that kept you pushing on from day after day. And one day, our friend and squad leader, Corporal Milton Bailey, hopes and prayers ceased to exist. He was killed in a hail of machine gun fire. All we were supposed to do was make contact with the enemy and get the hell out of there, like we had done together so many times before. The last I remember of him, he was standing there firing his carbine and yelling from the pit of his stomach at us, his squad members, to clear the area while he provided cover fire for us. The brother had saved my life once before. If it hadn't have been for him, I would have froze to death the time I fell asleep in sub-zero temperature, like 35 below zero. There had been other times too. He had been my first foxhole buddy, partner, and schooled me and others, members of our squads and platoon, to the do's and don't do's, to the do's and don't do. He was like a big brother to us all, always looking out for the men in his squad. Now he was gone, dead. I wonder how his poor old grandmother would take it when she got the news. I guess she would never know how he died. Like a real hero, standing his ground on a mountain ridge in a country she probably never heard of before, laying down a field of fire to enable a member of his squad a chance to clear an ambush that none of us were supposed to escape. Those of us who did survive that ambush vowed to give no quarters to our enemy afterward. After a while, I just stopped remembering the names of replacements.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be hard to read.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, but that's the, that feeling was, I guess most soldiers have, experienced the same feeling. Like if you die, and it's a great possibility that you die, you want to die like a soldier, like a man. We didn't call each other warriors because everyone was warriors. The Chinese, the North Korean, any of you come, your opponents, they're warriors too. So we just addressed each other as soldiers. I doubt if you even hear, soldiers don't call each other warriors. It's the civilian and, the news media, they're the one who give us the name warrior, I don't know if you got what I'm at?
Yes. Yes,
yeah,
I
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you one more thing, and I'll probably have to do this one more time, but I did want to ask you, Curtis, the group that you were in has a historic background all the way back to the Civil War times, the Buffalo Unit.
Yes.
And the Buffalo Unit started in the Civil War, right?
Yeah, they fought. They fought during the during the Civil War, there was a few black outfits. I think one was called the 54th. You heard of those? They was up from, I think, your area, up in
Blossoms.
Pennsylvania.
There was something called the Blossoms from our area, too.
Yeah, well, so when the war ended, when the Civil War ended, they took off those units to put them on one unit, which was the 9th and 10th Cavalry and the 24th Infantry, regiment. They put them in one unit, because there was no integrated units at that time. So that's what happened. That's how it's on that statement I sent you.
Right.
It gets complete listing of the 24th Infantry Regiment, how they became Buffalo soldiers, and then after that, during the struggle to win the West, the Buffalo soldiers was used to subdue the American Indians,
But it was disbanded after your time, yours and Milton. It was disbanded at the end of your service time, right?
What?
Was that unit disbanded?
Yeah, it was deactivated. Yeah,
After
because that.
during your
Yeah.
time?
Yeah, you see, the Truman had issued an order to deactivate, to disband all segregated units. You got it? So, and he gave the order in 1945, but, the military delayed it up until, so finally, his order was executed during the Korean War. And the 24th was the last unit of the original Buffalo soldier.
And that's
to be
yours.
deactivated.
20.
So we served with that unit the last year. Milton, the 24th, we served with them the last year before it was, it was deactivated a few days before I was removed from the front line. The reason I say why I was removed, by wounds, I was pulled back because of wounds. So it was, I think it was September the 1st that the unit was finally deactivated. No, October. But I was removed from the front line September the 1st. A month before, it was finally deactivated.
You were wounded?
You're getting blurred. I can't.
Yeah, I think I'm losing you. I'm going to stop it for now, Curtis, and I thank you so much. I will definitely be back in touch with you.
Okay, nice talking. Okay, yeah, we can, to be continued.
Yes, to be continued. Thank you very, very much.
All right, you're more than welcome.
It worked?